I don't want to be in a public relationship. So I would not speak on a relationship if I was in one. But I've done it before. It's not a good experience for me. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. I don't. Why are you rolling your eyes?
Because you ain't keeping it funky. Like the people want to know.
What do they want to know?
Should they shoot their shot after this show drops?
Well, that depends. I was showing Kenny some DMs before in the green room. Can I hit is not gonna get it done.
Wow.
Like
from blue checkers?
Yes.
No way.
Can I hit is crazy. You know what I feel like is crazy about the DMs? Why do you trust that I won't post these? Isn't that crazy? I mean, you're really investing a lot of trust in a stranger that they like. A text message is different. If you have my number and you text, like, there's a trust-ish within a text message that, like, I'm texting you, we have a communication.
Those are weirdos. That's too strong. Like, you come in there, you banging on the door. Just knock on the door.
That's crazy.
Now,
all right, man. You seen or you heard Joy Taylor talk about celebrities, DMing her, can they hit it? Now, to the naked eye or to the naked ear, if you've seen it, if you heard it, eyes and ears, you may be like, those dudes are wild. Those dudes are crazy. You know what I'm saying? But what you don't understand is this. This is what you don't understand. They would never come at a Claire Huxtable like that, with Felicia Rashad like that. Never. They would never come at a respectable woman like that. Regardless of how she looked, a woman that holds herself to a higher standard, that's respectable, once all that get out there about her sleeping around with, at FX1, and, she was talking about she was in a public relationship. That was with Earl Watson, who played in the NBA. He was coaching, and it ended. And I think most people put 2 and 2 together and figured it ended because she was around there bouncing around at FX. We talked about LaShawn McCoy outing Emmanuel Acho, allegedly, or alluding to Emmanuel Acho, smashed Joy Taylor too. So what do you think when everybody, look, we are just finding out about this, but if people in the industry already know this, that she horning around, why would you be like, let me take you out, let's do this? No, what's the price? Can I hit? You let this nigga hit, can I hit? So she's getting whole energy because she does whole shit. And what be really interesting is women just think, how women think is just, like, it makes no debate. It makes no sense debating them because they think stupid. It is what it is. I was having a conversation with somebody and we was talking about, God just leave. And, if the mother try to weaponize the kids to him, she like, well, that's not fair. And I'm just like, how is it not fair when you and Uncle Sam have custody of the child? What do you want me to do? And you want to, use the child to, to fuck me over? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't understand they cannot empathize with nobody. Let's keep it real. Women can't empathize, but I said that to say this, they can't understand. Like, you can't just flip the switch and say the light's on or the light's off like you're a whore. If you a hoe, you can't just say flip the switch on and say, well, I'm not a hoe no more. You can't say, well, I'm not a hoe no more. I'm changing my hoe ways. I'm not a hoe no more. So it will be some men that'll be cool. But the men that you want and the men that are aware of it is this. At some point, you're gonna get bored of a commitment. You're gonna get bored of a relationship and you're gonna want to hoe again. That's what we understand. You see women who be in a good relationship, raise their kids, be 50 years old, 40 years old, and leave their good relationship just to go hoe. You know what I'm saying? Just to go hoe. And that's the fucking reality. That's the reality of it. So when they addressing you like that and they cutting into you like that, When they coming at you like that, and I hit and all that, it's hoe. They basically, you let this weak ass nigga woo hit, you let Acho hit, I'm better than that nigga. Okay, I'll give you a couple dollars to smash, but I'm better than that nigga. That's the energy, bro. See, most guys can't read that. And it ain't that, you know, I just think guys just don't have no experience. Like, you have to have experience, bro. Some dudes have sisters. Some dudes been a nigga that chicks cheat with. Some dudes been cheated on. Some dudes been all around the world. And I've been playing. Yeah, hate it. It happens. But what she's saying is letting you know I'm a hoe. She's a hoe. That's why people address you like that. Oh, if she was a respectable woman, real talk, if she was a respectable woman, you wouldn't cut into her like that. Only a nut nigga would. Now, do some dudes, you know, they go out to spaces and they cut into women like that? I'm gonna tell you a story. I was talking to this chick, right? And I don't even know how, we was watching something. I want to say matter of fact, I was telling her about the video. I seen the video. I forget the guy's name. He don't do a lot of content. The white guy's whole thing is he a player and shit. So I'm talking about what he said. He was like, he basically was like, you know, sometimes you got to walk up to women and just be like, you find a motherfucker. I just want to fuck the shit out of you. Right? But it's pretty much in that way, you know, in a sexy way, but not in a, don't you niggas try it if you don't know how to do it. Right? And she was like, you know, I ain't gonna lie. If, you know, nigga told me that, you know, a man told me that, that'd turn me on. His fucking point proved right there. Homeboy point proved right there. His point was proven right there. His point was proven right there. But most men ain't even bold enough to say it, bro. I remember we was leaving an after hour spot. My friend hear this, he gonna laugh because you remember this. We leaving a spot, and this bitch was so fucking thick, ass, and she ended up being like really, really cool, like fucking amazing, right? And I'm like, you know, I'm blowed. Like, we leaving this shit. It's 5, 6 in the morning. I'm blowed. I'm like, matter of fact, I'll tell you exactly where we was at. We was in Wyoming. I want to say Wyoming and Joy Road area. I'm like, we had a good time, whatever. I'm like, why don't you come back to my spot? I ain't even that type of girl. That's not the type of girl. Like, this nigga bust out. My boy Tez bust out laughing and shit. I'm like, whatever. I had already got the number. We end up kicking it, like really being real cool. Like, we end up like being solid. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't hurt my chances. She just is most dudes be scared to be keeping real, bro. You know, most schools be scared to keep it real. If you don't ever test her if she a hoe, if you never ask if she a hoe, how you know she a hoe? So you gotta cut. Sometimes most dudes cut into women like that, that they don't want, or they don't find attractive, whatever that may be, or you heard that she was easy, or you assumed that she was a hoe. And now back then you can the girl wasn't dressed like a hoe or nothing like that. But back then you can kind of tell a little bit more. But that's what she telling you, that I have a reputation for being a hoe. That's what she telling you. So yeah, I mean, yeah, especially when you in spots where women are hunting for dudes, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And potentially, you know, I'm just going to keep to like nightclubs and stuff. But yeah, you know, but when you look at it and all that type of way, when guys cut into you like that and it's more than one and she's showing the DMs and all that, that's just your reputation. And she looks so beautiful. Like, she's a beautiful woman, but she a bop. Of course, you don't know, you don't want to be in another public relationship because that man found out you a bop and was just disgusted. And then, you know what I'm saying? They go back to Cam point when Cam said, you know, he asked that Jasmine girl everybody she slept with. So he needs to know who got one up on him. And that's fair. As a man, like, I would never want to do that. But in that lifestyle, I get it. It's fair. So everybody already know you come in the room with Joy Taylor, niggas got one up on you. So of course she don't want to go public with a relationship no more because she has a reputation of being a hoe. And when you got a reputation of being with a hoe, guess what? Niggas look at you funny. They lose a lot of respect for you. Knowingly being with a hoe. This is public. So everybody lose a little bit of respect for you, but you know, maybe you just got the magic touch to change her. And some women, I'd imagine that it's some women that can continually cut that off and just be a housewife and just be good to that one dude. I assume that there are women that can do that. And then I assume on the other side of the game, it ain't. But hey, it is what it is. Hit the link tree. You find me on Patreon, X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Peace.